I want to call the meeting of the Delaware County Regional Wastewater to order September 6, 2023. Denny, will you call the roll?
Brenda? Present. Bill?
Yes.
Ray?
Present.
Ron?
Here.
Pete?
Present.
Okay.
Listen to right now. All right, minutes of the previous meeting, everybody's seen them, you've ever sent. Anything, I'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept it as written.
Second.
Got a first and a second. Any changes, additions? All in favor say aye. Opposed?
Oh, there it comes.
Motion carried. Josh Talby now joins the meeting. Treasurer's report. Mr. Olson.
Account balances as of August 31st, 2023, cash operating balance. You guys will never guess this. It's $420,000. Improvement fund balance, $2,200,448.08. And the Daleville TIF transfer of $9,411 for August has been received. I would make the recommendation that we pay claims in the amount totaling $605,240.16.
Second.
I have a first and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Approved. Old business, Roriton sanitary sewer improvements.
Rob got those, that recommendation to move forward and accept Brackney's bid that we had tabled back 2 meetings ago. Unfortunately, Rob or Thomas couldn't be here today. Rob had another meeting and Thomas had jury duty. So you guys should have got that recommendation letter in the packet. So the main thing is that the board's going to accept to proceed with Brackney's base bid plus all alternatives, and that's the work that financially that's all been included in Jennifer's studies and everything that's been moving forward with that Roriton improvements project bid. So that's the base bid plus all alternatives.
Which is, base bid was, total was?
That is
$3,198,725. The alternates were $912,000, so the total is $4,110,000. $4,110,725.00.
correct. Yep.
Do we want to go over yesterday at this, or do we want to accept the bid?
No, I think, well, you can go ahead and
Explain
either
yesterday.
way.
Yeah,
I'd explain it then accept it.
Hi.
okay.
Did they not
Just-
let you
Just
in?
for full, these two. For full disclosure, yesterday we had a meeting, me, Jason, Danielle, with the commissioners over our funds, additional possible ARP funds to help with this project. At this time, there is none. We have the 1.5 million that they put up for this, so that is on the table. We still have that. You all have seen the information from Jennifer, I do believe, on where we're headed of this. So it's the 1.5, and then we will be bonding the remainder of the project, okay? Any questions at this point on that one? If not, then I would entertain a motion.
I make a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a first and a second to approve the Roriton sanitary bid. All in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion's carried. We jump to new business bond ordinance.
Morning, everybody. My name is Dustin Meeks. I'm with Barnes and Thornburg, who's your bond counsel. I had extra copies of the bond ordinance if anybody wants one. It is a big honkin' giant thing. So
I want one. I always want everything. Thank you.
so there's that. I guess I have other copies. So the plan is to adopt the ordinance today, assuming that everybody is comfortable with proceeding on that, which means that we'll need to suspend the rules. I'll kind of briefly walk through the ordinance for you. So the bond ordinance authorizes both bond anticipation notes and bonds, which means, so basically the difference between those two bond anticipation notes are short-term debt obligations that you issue in advance of a long-term financing. And the bonds are obviously going to be a long-term financing vehicle, so this ordinance authorizes both of those as options. And there are sort of market reasons that you might do one or the other. It also authorizes sale by a couple different ways, one of which is a sale to the Indiana Bond Bank. Bond Bank is an organization that sells its bonds to the public market and then is able to purchase bonds from Indiana municipal units, offering sort of slightly more favorable terms than sometimes you can get in the market. Included in the bond ordinance is the form of the bond. So if you want to see what that debt instrument is going to look like in its form, some blanks for information that we're going to fill in as the kind of the terms of the sale are put together following from your approval. You can find that at the back of the ordinance. Are there any questions that anybody has that I can address?
We don't everybody jump at 8 o'clock all at once.
I got a question on the bond.
Exactly.
Yes.
Of course.
No.
Section 2, issuance of bonds and bonds, there's a blank after notes of 20, and then it says a line. What should that be filled in with? Anything, or is that an NA, or what?
What
It's on
page is that
page
on,
three,
Joe?
page
3?
three.
I knew I seen a note in there.
Oh, so the reason that blank is there is because in the event that, we didn't get to it before December 31st, which is not at all intention. We leave the blank in there so that we haven't approved the Series 2023 vans.
Okay.
And if something untoward happened, we get to 24, we have to go in and amend the ordinance to have the 2024 vans.
Okay.
So we leave that blank so that the year designation can change. We try to build as much flexibility into the bond ordinance as possible, so that in the event that we encounter circumstances that aren't expected, that you can pivot a little bit. Any other questions?
So why are we using the bond bank?
So, we were not able to get the state revolving fund program funding. They, let us know that they don't have the capacity to include you in their pool program this fall. Comparably, you then, instead of you going out into the market and issuing your own bonds, which may include insurance ratings, official statements, additional cost of issuance, the Indiana Bond Bank has recently been able to extend their loan program over 10 years. It used to be limited to 10 years and lower,
Okay.
and now it's 25 years, I believe, and you guys are going to be using a term up to 20 years.
Okay, thank you.
And part of our issue with going this route too is now we're in a bit of a time crunch because
Thank
of when the money has to be used. We've
Oh,
only
the-
got the
okay.
bids extended through the end of October or
September.
September, sorry.
Yeah, we just got the end of this month.
And so in order to,
I thought it was like October.
It is.
oh, yeah, so I was right,
20th,
sorry,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, so through the end of October, I always second guess myself.
I just saw the bead sweat rolling down your forehead.
But in
October
In order to do this, we had to get on the Indiana Bond Bank's agenda for September, which is why we are having to introduce, suspend, and adopt this all today. So just the way the financing portion worked out with the bids coming in so much higher than we anticipated, it kind of snowballed into what we're
Okay.
stuck with.
Thank you.
We're getting into the point of the year where the rating agencies, they in the first half of the year, they take about 3 weeks. Then the second half of the year, the closer we get to December, it gets to like 5 weeks and 6 weeks, and they bog down. So the bond bank can move much faster. Any other questions that I can address?
Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to adopt.
I'll make a motion to move forward with bond ordinance.
Second. I have a first and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Let's go roll call. We gotta go through different ones. Let's do a roll call.
Bill,
Yes.
Brenda. Ray,
Yes.
Ron,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Pete,
Yes.
Josh.
Yes.
This time I'd entertain a motion to suspend. the
So
rules.
moved.
I have a
Second.
first and a second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Bill,
Yes.
Brenda. Ray,
Yes.
Ron,
Yes.
Pete,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Josh. Oh my gosh,
Yes.
it's early.
All right, and finally, I'd entertain a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
First and second, any discussion? Roll call, please, Penny.
Bill,
Yes.
Brenda, Becky,
Yes.
Ron,
Yes.
Joe. Yes. Pete,
Yes. Yes.
Josh?
Yes.
And we have the adoption. There we go with that one. Anything else with you?
If I can get a copy of the signed copy, that would be.
Yes.
that
We'll
would
take
be-
care of
that'd
this
be-
as soon as
that'd
meeting
be-
here.
say
We'll
that-
finish and sign off.
On his side, did we get the engagement? I know we emailed about the engagement with Tim, but did we get the actual engagement letter?
No, we just got crows so far, yeah.
Okay,
I
You
will,
might
I will,
mention that
I
to
will
her.
get that from Tim.
okay.
Didn't you second the adoption?
Huh?
Second that adoption. Did you get it in English?
I just
Ray did.
Okay,
checked
thank you.
off my thing, sorry. No.
Okay, everybody good?
Yep.
All right. Crow's engagement letter.
We have, that was as well in your board packets. This is for Crow to get everything taken care of prior to the closing and so forth with the bond. We had 2 of them that we got to get signed. And did you guys have any questions for Jennifer while she's here on those? Or if not, we just need to get a motion to accept and get those approved as well.
Second.
Got a first and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Approved. Yes, ma'am.
On Jennifer's side, can we also ratify the decision to approve her no material conflict with Indiana Bond Bank? It was kind of a
Can she prove that?
raise of hands by email, but I want to make sure we have that on the record.
Understood.
What
Go
what the issue is that Crow is the municipal advisor to the bond bank, and I'm the municipal advisor to Delaware County. And so we needed to disclose that. We didn't believe that there was any material conflict, that we're representing both the Indiana Bond Bank and other deals in Delaware County and this deal. In this actual deal, Crow will not be serving as the bond bank's evaluation of your application for obvious reasons. There's another municipal advisor that will actually evaluate your application to the bond bank.
And we did the same thing back with MSD when we were doing negotiations, or Liberty, actually, sorry.
Yeah.
It was with Liberty. So I just wanna make sure everybody's on the same page and we make a motion to approve that.
I'll make a motion, that we approve.
Second.
I've got a first and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Approved. Anything else? Okay, you wait on your turn. Okay, employee health insurance quotes.
I think back in July, we got notification that we were going to see a 7% increase in the employees' health care moving into the next renewal. We end up getting additional quotes at the request of the board. We got those back towards the end of August here. Got those out to you guys and moving. I'm willing to listen to comments and see what you guys thought. Just if you guys were curious about my recommendation, I would kind of direct the board to proceed with the 7% increase. It's been 2 years that we haven't seen a health insurance side increase. We're still not seeing a jump in the vision and dental for that, just the medical. So considering what we were going to get if we look for a cheaper plan as far as coverage, we're going to still be tied to just IU Health alone. Then if we stayed with an Anthem or a United, it was going to be even higher. So what they kind of presented, and after talking with the employees, I think they were all happy with the current care and the options that we have. So my recommendation would be that the board approve the Anthem renewal at the 7% increase for the health insurance for the employees.
Everybody get a chance to look at it? Any questions or concerns at this point?
Well, I'll make a comment. I don't have a problem with the 7% increase, but I'm gonna tell you that it's not gonna last in the long run.
Yeah.
Because IU is bidding things, they want everybody in
Yeah.
Delaware County. So, I mean, that's where it's headed. I'm not
Yeah.
suggesting we do anything else. I think it's just foreshadowing for what maybe next year, at least next year or a year or two down the road.
Yeah.
So,
You make the motion.
No, we didn't. He had a comment. No motion's on the table yet.
I'll
It's just
make the
being
motion to
pessimistic.
move forward with 7%. Anthem.
A second.
I've got a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion approved.
I don't believe
Long
it's
board-
pessimistic, it's realistic.
Lawn care quotes for the new building.
We took possession of that, old state, Farm Bureau building back at the end of, beginning of August. And we, to be truthful with, the two guys in the field, and we just don't have the additional time or manpower to take on another 5 acres of mowing. Luckily enough, I feel like we're gonna be closing on this property here soon. Went ahead and got quotes for lawn care maintenance and blowing, trimming, and the mowing part of it. We had 2 quotes come in. Phil's lawn care was $140 a mow, and we had J Crew come in. It was $525 a mow. So kind of a no-brainer to me there. That until the sale of this property, I'd recommend that we proceed forward with Phil's lawn care. They're doing it weekly or as needed, and until we at least get rid of this property, it takes a lot off these guys. But
This, also, you guys have been informed of what's going on, with the second half of this conversation, so this will be a short-term agreement on what you see coming up on the next 2 items on the agenda. This will be very short-term, hopefully. Just want to put that out there. Any questions or concerns on the mowing quote?
I'd make the motion, we approve Bill's lawn care.
Second.
First and second, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion approved. You want to continue with Max Stroll?
yeah, we went ahead when we took possession of the building. They did self-monitoring, and that was easier to do because they had phone, internet, etc. out there, so they could kind of handle that themselves. So I went ahead and got a hold of Sonatrol that handles our some of our other lift station monitoring. Had them quote what alarm and fire was going to be to get this. I didn't know if we were going to hold on to it for 30 days or 6 months, so we went ahead and got that quote. Maxitrol came in at $4,504.75. That's to upgrade all the fire and get that the security side of it done as well, with the $89 a month service charge. My recommendation would be right now we go out there every day, and even when the guys are doing weekend calls, it's the same thing. We're making checks on it. Be to kind of table this and see how long it's going to take if we can get closing done earlier, and don't throw the $5,000 at it.
Is there a thought to give you conditional approval that if we go past 3 months, if somehow our expected closing and sale goes past 3 months, that we can give you that approval so we don't have to bring it back? I don't think we're headed there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the goal, right? But just so we don't have to bring this back up in a month and you're not waiting on us if something goes negative.
The only thing I would say is because of the discounted on equipment that they were going to give us, it's a mandatory year contract if we sign.
Okay.
So
It's not worth it at all.
yeah, the other thought process I had is if we do go there, I just get internet and we do some self monitoring ourselves.
Yeah, it's probably.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
That's what we thought about, was looking, internet now is $50. You
Yeah.
can buy the cameras for less than $1,000, and he has it straight on the phone. All of them have noticed that someone shows up.
Yeah.
But right now with what we've got coming up, I don't think we're gonna need that time frame. I hope.
I'd move it to the table.
okay.
I got a motion, second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Abstain.
Abstain. One abstain. Motion's tabled. Overlook sewer extension.
So we were finally able to secure all the easements needed, and Danielle was able to get everything recorded. Rob's recommendation is that we proceed and release this project, the Overlook sewer extension, to bid. So he just needs formal approval that the board and Danielle's good with everything moving forward, and we take that job out to bid.
Danielle, we're good with everything as far as the easements, all that.
Yep, finally.
I think
We
that
jumped through some hoops, but we got them.
we were looking, did you look back? I did not yesterday, Jason. I thought it was 374 is what the estimate was.
Did
We've
not.
got up to $500,000.
I can tell you in 2 seconds, though.
We've got $500,000 from the
Yeah.
commissioners as far as Overlook. So I think the estimate was 374. Pete, did you look at it? I think it was 374.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanna make sure. All right, seeing that, I would entertain a motion.
Make a motion to release for bids.
Second.
I've got a first and a second, on the overlooked bid. All in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion approved.
The last thing I got that needs approval, apologies for getting it out to you late. It just came across my desk. I didn't realize it was on
This is the one yesterday afternoon.
Yes, we have a lift station over in the Delville, it's the ones that service those factory shops and everything over there. I need to get 4 new sections of stainless steel rail, plus I got one check valve that's stuck. What that causes the pumps to work a little bit harder. Those are the original check valves. We came in there and kind of perform maintenance on them as much as we can. It's getting to the point where they're getting old. They need to be replaced now. One for sure is bad, but if we can get the approval, I want to go ahead and get that other one done. They're the original ones with that station. So to get the new chains, stainless steel rail sections, and 2 new check valves installed, the quote was $10,186. My recommendation is that we go ahead and move forward with that. Quality always seems to do a really great job for us, and they get in there and get it busted out for us.
That's still within your budget this year, operating?
Yeah, it'll come out of the contractual services on that side of the line item.
I'll make a motion to approve the 10,186.
Second.
I've got a first and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion approved.
Collections update for this month. We're sitting at $1,020.53 over the entire collection area as of yesterday for individuals on the disconnect notice. We had 3 properties reconnected and 2 properties disconnected in the month of August. Substantially better from where we were at a month ago. Probably better off to say it was just better timing this month to how the collections 10-day windows passed. So nothing out of the normal there, kind of just normal. I think that is all I have.
Danielle?
Okay, last night, and I could not remember since I was working late, if I had sent that email chain where MSD showed that they were approving that addendum to the contract. I don't remember if I did it right after the last meeting, so I sent it again, or else I sent it for the first time last night. Either way, we did have that on the table to approve. If you guys need another month to approve it, since I couldn't remember if I sent it or not, we can do that. But the email chain, I mean, it speaks for itself. It just basically says, hey, we agree with Jason's figures and how that's going to be calculated. And then it says, this is a lot easier than the original contract, and that was about it. But it's what I think we needed in writing to suffice. So if you want to go ahead and make the motion to approve, we can, or else we can table it again.
That was July 25th.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a first and a second. Any discussion?
So does this put it all to bed?
This is the last piece of it. that
Unless
I-
Jason finds something
I
else.
haven't, this was the last thing. This is the last thing that was open. This started at the end of July.
digging.
And I think we're, I think
But
we're good.
she talked about it last time, I
I had a first and second, right?
Yes.
All in favor? Opposed? Done.
Now we can talk about the sale of the building. I would like, I think it's going to move a lot faster than we had anticipated. So I was prepared to talk to you guys today about putting the notice in the paper that we were gonna offer it for sale. We have to have a public hearing. I sent that notice in yesterday in anticipation that you guys would want to move forward. Today, I would like you guys to make a motion to give Jason authority to work with the realtor. In the meantime, I sent out a quick email yesterday. I am going to set that public hearing and a special meeting on September 22nd at 11. I'll send out a calendar invite to everyone, but I just got it done at the end of the day yesterday. I needed at least 4 raise of hands to make sure that date would work. So then when we come in, we'll have the opportunity if any public wants to speak, and then we will adopt a resolution at that meeting that approves the sale of the building if all tracks with the way it's anticipated right now. And then we'll be good to go.
Not that it matters, is it a new commercial user?
It looks like the people that are interested, it's B&B Premier Properties, but it's Damage Doctors,
Oh, good. Gives them more space and.
which I didn't realize that's who it was, Jason told me
I'll make a
yesterday.
motion to approve Jason to work with the realtors, move forward.
We got a first.
Second.
I got a first and a second. Any discussion, questions? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion approved.
I think you guys covered the rest of my stuff.
Okay.
I think I'm good.
Good. Jennifer, I got you down here next.
So I sent over to you the consultant's report that we submitted to the Indiana Bond Bank on your behalf, and as part of the application process. So the bond issue size is about $3,045,000. Includes the project costs, some additional inspection, engineering, contingency of $300,000, cost of issuance of $113,000, and the rest is rounding. At the initial time, Indiana Bond Bank gave us an indicative rate of 3.95, which is included in the packet that I sent to you. Since then, the market has changed. The indicative rate has gone up to 4.2. That increased the annual debt service by about $6,000 to $7,000, still within the range of what you guys can afford. When I say what you guys can afford is because we're constrained by parity requirements, which uses the prior year, and we can't make the adjustment for the MSD rate going down. So we can't make the adjustment for $500,000 decrease. So we're right at our limit of what we can actually issue of the bonds. Your coverage without taking into consideration the decrease from Muncie is about 125.16, I think, with the new rate, and you have to have 125. So we are right at the maximum of what we can issue, and the interest rate is going to be obviously a factor. So I will work with Jason as we get closer and get the actual rate set without it, what the Indiana Bond Bank says the rate will be going forward. So that we can, if you might need to use a little bit of cash into the project, depending on if the rate changes anymore.
What's a little bit?
Well, it changed 25 basis points and it increased it by about $67,000. I think we still have about $40,000, $50,000 leeway right now with the coverage. So it still could go up a bit, but I need to refine the actual numbers. As I heard, the bid was actually $4,110,000 and I have 4.1. So anyhow, everything will be refined slightly, but I want to make sure that everything we have to hit coverage, so we will hit coverage.
But if we had dumped $200,000 into it, that would buy us down at least.
Exactly.
That's what I was getting.
Yes.
We're gonna buy down depending on what the rate increase is. We have that option.
Right.
If we wanna use it, we could buy it down.
And we can do that out of the improvement fund balance that we
Yes.
currently are holding, right? Just making sure that, okay.
That would be an option.
The next point is the Indiana Bond Bank meeting is next week, Wednesday at 11 a.m. If there's a representative here that would like to come and talk about the project, that's always appreciated. The board likes to hear about that. So it's downtown Indianapolis. I'll get you the details.
You handle that, Jason? When you say it is next Wednesday at 11?
13th
Yes.
at 11?
Yes.
Yeah, I should be able to do that.
Any questions?
You guys were in discussion, I just wanted to make sure if there's something neat.
We just had a little side.
Okay.
We're done.
We're good, okay.
running the world over here, bud.
Yeah.
You got it. Hey, I'm not here to interrupt, just need to get it out there.
Two
All right.
questionable minds, you know?
Okay, gotcha. Any other?
This is a perfect time for this meeting. I'm just gonna say it.
Is there any other questions or concerns with Jennifer right now on the bond bank?
I think, one thing I spoke to Jennifer about it yesterday after we, spoke to, Bill and Danielle, was sitting on that larger improvement fund, and I know Pete has mentioned stuff about having a rainy day fund, sinking fund. We're kind of going to move forward and see what, even talk with our local bank to see if there's an option to put some of that away in a CD or something, and see if we can get a better interest rate. Jennifer kind of, we don't have to keep any of that cash on hand for coverage for this bond moving forward, but so with some of the savings that's coming in from MSD, and it's going to be a while before we can start making the payments on this bond, and that improvement fund is going up. Maybe we're going to see if there's other options that are more financially sound for us.
I think we're just sitting there, we might as well take advantage while we're in between, because there's gonna be a window here.
Yeah.
A year and a half, whatever it is, we might as well take advantage of what we can while we can. Okay. All right, that it, Jennifer? Okay. Ashley, Spotted Monkey.
Alright, good morning.
Good morning.
So August was a month of kind of reminding people of some changes. You guys had an increase with your invoice cloud fees, so we had to let people know about that. Also letting them know that they could sign up at the office for free ACH. You had the board meeting change, so letting people know about that. All of that information goes on your website, on your social media, in your email, being closed for Labor Day. So I felt like August was a lot of like just reminding people of these are the things that are a little bit different. I know Jason's had a lot going on. We've communicated via email at different times with different questions I had. And then we're hoping to get together here shortly to do an update after some of the things that have come from this meeting.
Are we doing an update on the Rorton project to get now that we're going to bid, let's let them know what's going on.
I think once we can give an update that it's been approved, but once we get a anticipated start date, it's probably when it kind of hits them now.
Any questions?
So, question, are we seeing an increase in user engagement? However we're measuring that, is it?
I mean, you're definitely seeing an increase in your Google.
Okay.
So your Google presence and your website you almost see new users every single month.
Good.
Of course, people going to your bill pay is your number one hit site
Sure.
besides the homepage. Whenever we do updates, so video updates, or we have like information in a post, that always increases your users to your website. So when you don't have a lot of updates, that goes a little bit stagnant. Your email, I'm usually surprised at how many people open your emails. So I love seeing that. Your Facebook could still use some more engagement. And that's kind of something that's just hard to push. So we have it on your email that you can be, like us on Facebook. We share it in different ways. It's on your website, but I'd say that's probably our slowest growth as far as new followers.
So now I guess a question for Jason and Penny and Davey, thank you. Sorry, Davey. Are you guys seeing a reduction in the number of questions from people calling or stopping in? I mean, is that information translating that we're not getting some of the questions that maybe you'd get before, or
Yes.
or even tempering some of the expectations is another way of looking at it?
It is. It's doing the job that we wanted to do.
Good.
It's also, we've got a lot of people who signed up for the free ACH
Yeah.
from the information on our website. I think it's working.
Yeah, we just kind of threw it out there. Hey, fees are going up. Please call the office. And we got quite a few people that signed up for our in-home ACH automatic withdrawal instead of running that deduction through Invoice Cloud and incurring that charge every month. So those updates have been beneficial.
Yeah, I just want to make sure as we're evaluating things that we're getting the things out there that are going to make sure that take the stress off of you three.
Are people still thinking this is Delaware County, Ohio?
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
Pennsylvania.
We do have a lot of
Oh,
that.
really?
I get things from that.
But we attribute that to our website has more traffic than theirs.
Right.
Obviously it does. They're still calling.
Even the title companies send us checks.
Yeah.
For Delaware County, Ohio.
I did.
Wow.
Yesterday.
There you go.
Crazy.
All right,
We talked about, is there a way to trademark the DCRWD or Delaware County Regional Waste? Because we get calls from them all the time.
Pennsylvania,
Pennsylvania.
Ohio.
might be able to sell that
Oklahoma.
down the
Got a
road.
call from Oklahoma the other day.
Oklahoma.
Delaware County, Oklahoma.
Any other questions or concern for Ashley? Okay. Committee reports, I don't think we have anything at this time, so we've got one committee, budget committee, is that correct?
Yeah, once,
We,
it's probably gonna be a little slow moving and probably pushed towards the end of the year, just kind of where we're sitting out with this new bond information and the health insurance is now getting approved, but, I think come, this month, probably towards the later of the month, and beginning of October, me and Penny will be able to start getting to town on that.
Commonwealth's not here, we did the bid on Overlook, is there anything, Jason, that needs to be, you need to touch on?
I think we're good.
All right, seeing that, I'm at the bottom of the agenda, does anybody at the board, any board member have any other business before us? Seeing none, no public, anybody else?
It's a way to not have public meetings.
Well, at 8 o'clock, I guess nobody wanted to get up and join us this morning. All right, seeing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. So moved. First,
Second.
all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried. Thank you all.